Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another Monster Hunter World video, and in today's video we are talking about Elderseal. This is a topic I've been meaning to cover for a while now since it's still something I get frequent questions on, and given that it's a slightly more passive effect, it often goes unnoticed, hence why people often ask whether it has any value or if it's actually doing anything at all. So in this video we're going to cover what it does for each of the respective Elder Dragons, where you can get Elderseal outside of the obvious weapons, and ultimately what you should be looking out for. So if you do enjoy this video, then a like would be super appreciated, and be sure to comment down below and let me know if you guys have any further questions. Now to begin with, let's start with what exactly is Elderseal. In short, it's a passive effect typically found on your weapons that can be used to suppress or in certain cases negate the auras or traits of select Elder Dragons. The Elder Dragons in question are Kushala Daora, Teostra, Valhazak, Kirin, and Nergigante. If you take a look at the Monster Field Guide and read the ecology information for either Kirin, Kushala, or Teostra, they actually state that Elderseal can be used to counter their unique abilities, but given that the descriptions are a little bit vague, let's aim to better illustrate that. First up, Kushala. As you fight him, he begins to build up a wind shield around him, and eventually it'll get to the point where it's so strong you keep getting pushed away. I'm sure as a melee user you've all experienced this before, it's really quite annoying and it can prevent you from doing much at all at select moments during the fight. This is where Elderseal comes in. If you attack him with Elderseal weapons, you can suppress this barrier. Now the reason this often goes unnoticed is because Elderseal isn't as obvious as something like putting a monster to sleep, paralysing it, or even poisoning it. It's much quicker, and since it often goes hand in hand with a flinch, it's understandable if you miss it. But if you notice in this clip, there's a noticeable effect where the wind shield disperses. This is Elderseal doing its thing. With the wind shield removed, you and your party are then free to move back in and commence your assault. Moving over to Teostra, for him it's his flame shield. This is the shield that burns you when you get close, and while not quite as annoying initially as Kushala's since you can still get in there and attack, it's something you still need to watch out for. However, more importantly for Teostra, his flame shield also ties in with his supernova. You know, that huge explosive move that usually one-shots someone in your team because they're not looking? If he doesn't have a flame shield, he won't do supernova. So in this instance, there's incredible value in using Elderseal weapons to keep this at bay. Again, when you proc the effect, you'll see the aura noticeably disperse, returning him to his slightly less aggressive state. For Valhazak, it's the effluvial cloud that surrounds him. That's the annoying effect that if you stand in it for too long, will see your health bar cut in half, forcing you to use a nullberry or something to that effect, and then go and heal up what was stolen from you. He has various moves that produce this, but he also has an aura too, so once again, attacking him with an Elderseal weapon can remove that, allowing you to get up close and attack without fear of having your health cut in two, or at least until he does another attack. For Kirin, it's his tough hide. When he goes into this state, all your attacks will bounce off of him if you're not attacking the horn or using a weapon with Mind's Eye. It's incredibly annoying, especially if you're playing in multiplayer since it can get a little bit crowded around the horn. But again, if you attack him enough times and proc the Elderseal effect, you can take him out of this mode, and you're then free to attack again. Of course, it's still best to attack Kirin at the horn since it's his main weak spot, but at least with the tough hide gone, you can attack elsewhere if you have no other option. Then finally, Nergigante. Nergigante is a little bit different, and in truth it's a little bit harder to detail exactly what it does in this instance, but from my testing it seems to slow down the rate at which his white spikes harden and go black. Keep in mind that when he has black spikes all over, this is what causes him to do the dive bomb, so the more you can delay this, the safer you are. Contrary to the other monsters, once his spikes are black, it's incredibly difficult to break them, and this is where Dragon Pods come in. While Elderseal is most commonly found on weapons, the Dragon Pods that Elder Dragons drop when they become weaker also carry the Elderseal effect, and these are pretty potent. For all the previous Elders, you can use them to do the same thing that your weapon would, remove or suppress the aura, but in the case of Nergigante, it's also possible to break his black spikes if you fire enough Dragon Pods at him, so definitely keep an eye out for these on the floor as you fight Elder Dragons because they're incredibly useful to have. Now with regards to Elderseal weapons, you'll notice that Elderseal is typically either low, average or high. Nergigante weapons by default carry high Elderseal, Valhazak carry average, and then Xeno'jiiva weapons are low. In truth, it's a little bit difficult to quantify this, but it should go without saying that a weapon with high Elderseal will apply the effects much quicker than that with low Elderseal. However, it's also worth noting that you can get Dragon Seal Jewels. These are level 3 decorations, and these can be used to boost Elderseal by 1 level. So if I use it on, say, this set with the Valhazak Greatsword, it then pushes that up to high. It won't, however, have any effect on Nergigante weapons since they're already at max, and it also can't be used to add Elderseal to weapons that don't have it in the first place. So it's purely there to bolster the effectiveness of weapons that already carry Elderseal. There's also an arena armor piece. It's a helmet, or an earring to be precise, that you get by completing all the arena quests. You don't need to get A rank in them all, you simply need to complete them, and you'll get the Dragonseal earring for free, and that too carries the same effect, the ability to boost Elderseal by 1 level. Now in truth I personally wouldn't sacrifice a head slot for that, but it's there if you want it. So in summary, Elderseal is used to suppress the effects and barriers of select Elder Dragons. It's commonly found on Nergigante, Valhazak and Xeno'jiiva weapons, with a few extras like Dragon Bone trees, etc. And when it takes effect, you'll typically see a subtle, but still somewhat noticeable effect where the respective Elder Dragon's aura is dispersed, and that is your signal that Elderseal has done its job. And while you might ask if it's still really that useful, what I will say is that while you might not notice the effect activate all the time, you do genuinely notice if nobody on your team has an Elderseal weapon, because especially when fighting things like Kushala or Teostra, they really can be annoying if their auras aren't kept in check. But either way, that's pretty much it. That was a quick explanation on Elderseal and what it does for the different elders. Any questions, drop them down below. But otherwise, thank you for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.